Nice shot! Nice shot! Nice shot! Nice shot! Nice shot!
You're out of touch.
You're out of touch. I'm out of time. Hello, Grizz, CJ, Pomo, Boats. How y'all doing? Whoa! Holy shit, we just jumped right into it. It's been that long since I've turned on my Switch.
Nice shot.
It is Out of Touch Thursday. A happy Out of Touch Thursday to you all. It is also a special day for me because today marks 365 days since I've become a cat owner. So, I've been spoiling the hell out of Casca, and she has been enjoying a well-deserved nap right now. Yeah. Oh, my background here is incorrect. We don't want the manhunters. We want disco. Disco. Yeah. I'm sure she'll be jumping on my lap in the next hour or two because that's around when dinner time happens. Alrighty. As usual, let me mess around with some audio settings. Okay. Okay, that's not too loud, I guess. Hang on. I am going to change one thing, though. Yeah! Well, actually, it's slightly less than that because she used to in her old home, she was very not much of an eater. Like she would very rarely finish her food or ask for food, because she was always just such in a stressful environment that she didn't like. So I had to coerce her to eat her meals every now and then. But these days she's waking me up in the early morning, telling me when it's breakfast time, and whenever it's dinner time or time for any sort of food. So she's in a much happier place now. All right, hang on. I think I'm getting some pretty mad. Okay, no, not much in the way of input lag. That's good.
Objection!
God damn what? Hi, Rook. She's grown into Katniss, yeah. She's a spoiled little cat princess. What? No. Reporting from work. Count every step to take. That's not a thing that I do in the game. Hang on. I'm also double checking audio here. Audio's kind of fine. I mean, the music is a little loud, but that's just because where we are is a loud music place. Oh my goodness. Hang on. No, that gate is not allowed here. Hang on. I'm gonna set that back to like, what, 35? Okay. Is that gate even working? Hang on. Hello? Okay. Okay, so it's just the music that we hear here. Okay, that's fine. That... Alright, we'll change that to like the third song. Oh, it has to be something in-game. Yes. I don't need a stat point right now, but I will keep that in mind. Alright. Okay, so what we're trying to do right now is help out Egghead's mix right here. But I believe we have to talk to everyone else before we do that.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in.
He looks around the hall examining the carpentry.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
He spreads his arms, looking around at the speed freaks setting up shop.
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
These kids got spunk. I admire that. Better here than in that tent. It wasn't safe. I'm genuinely into hardcore lifestyle. You wouldn't understand. I'm a corrupt cop, Kim. This is a corrupt scheme. I did it for mankind. All of mankind. Yeah, it wasn't safe. No, these kids got spunk.
Okay.
The lieutenant keeps it laconic. Noid, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it could be something more.
He rubs his hands together. How old do you think this church is? Over 300 years?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude, the sea, perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
His voice echoes in the wooden cavern of the church. Something more fundamental. You mean the sound anomaly?
Maybe. Maybe they were unable to face the nature of the world, perishing.
What style is this church built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism, lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop.
Art of core.
He nods appreciatively. Okay. And what is DeLorean architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What would a DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Marriage is shit, yeah. The church is painted white, as far as I can tell.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside, before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss. It was probably white and gold, with light red flower motifs. Part of you, assumed to be lost to nerve damage, knows this style to be Ubi DeLoreanism.
Is there such a thing as Ubi DeLoreanism, or did I just make that up?
Good catch, Art Cop. The herdsmen of the Ubi Sun Islands come here on the first boats. Their flowery version of DeLoreanism could be what we're standing in.
The Ubi are known for their partiality to socialism and sheep. They come from an island called Ubi Suant, drifting in the Pale off the coast of Vespa. It's the only place in the world that has a question mark in its name.
Oh, that's
Things
actually
are
part of
not
the
well
name.
there. It's an island of poverty, an entropinetic collapse.
What do you mean by dead bodies?
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual collapse?
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop?
Zoinks.
After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
What you're saying is you're not a big fan of the inocentic system? What you're saying is religion has stopped being hardcore? What exactly are you saying? Religion stopped being hardcore.
It never was.
Ooh!
A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core.
The way he says it, the force in Fool's core, is invested with 20 kilotons of disgust.
But you guys said ecclesiastites. Ecclesiastes. We're all about love and hardcore before, remember? Then I did right not to agree with all that talk about the being okay with this thing. And you propose dance music will supplant the system?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you.
Points to his friends.
Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are.
And you propose dance music will supplant the system?
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
How you like the glasswork?
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
You get some real negative vibrations from her too. You want to get inside the church, now you don't like the stained glass
I
window?
didn't know it was in here. We have to get rid of it.
Hey!
Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
But she's pretty. Yeah, but like, who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days? The resettlement programs were totally okay. I'm a big fan of resettlement programs, for some reason. I do feel like there's something terrifying about her. Isn't she supposed to be the embodiment of the world spirit? Would you say she was, human? Yeah, I don't want that.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic, overflowing with negativity.
Ow!
That
Ow!
can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
I don't know.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore.
I shouldn't.
Stop talking about it.
I don't have...
Please.
Oh god, I don't have any money left for medicine. So if I take more morale damage, I'm fucked. How are you settling in?
Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man though.
You mean Tiago?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
You mean all this mother's love stuff isn't too spooky for you? You mean all of this sobriety stuff isn't too restrictive for you? What do you mean?
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
Yeah? I wanted to talk more about this place. What did Tiago tell you about the church? Why are you so suspicious about everything? What's with the clothes? Yeah, what did Tiago tell you about the church?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a
What up, Diesel?
sarcophagus.
You mean there are dead bodies here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
What is it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to
Metaphorical.
deal with it was to build a church surrounding it to contain it.
I don't get it. Contain what exactly?
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for and trying to measure.
He nods towards the woman.
It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
What makes you think Suna's going to fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
I found a doomed commercial area in Martinez proper. Maybe it's the same thing in the Ubies we're trying to contain. Well, if it's without substance, I guess there's nothing to worry about. No!
Like a concentric ring spreading out, the struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Think there's any merit to the theory?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, Copman. Even I have limits. I'm a limited size person.
Well, if it's without substance, I guess it's nothing to worry
Maybe
about.
you can figure things out, Copman. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. They don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law.
Fair enough.
They don't call me Noid for nothing. It took
Paranoid.
us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced. It's short for paranoid.
Ha! May I ask why? What good is being suspicious?
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of.
Hmm.
I'm not suspicious of sand and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
And what are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list
Why
of
not?
things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Does this mean you're mentally ill? Don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex? Tell me more about this left-right business. What's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat? That was certainly It's the opposite.
No, politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory. I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in grass.
What?
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves.
What's bad about cereal grain? Having enough food could be a precursor for greater things.
Yes, having food is means to an end, but the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry.
Well, this was certainly stimulating.
His eyes flicker.
What's with the clothes?
They're hardcore.
That's it?
They're just clothes.
I thought there would be more to it.
It's just a style, you know, normal hard style. Anyone can wear it.
Take care, Noid. Alright then.
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you. That melody is oddly familiar. Why does it feel like some gang-related thing?
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. And yes, I'm being more like Contact Mike, alright? Don't even bring it up.
I wasn't going to.
No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much, and the Crabman hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now, can you tell me about your associates?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Suna.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today she told me about Welkins, and she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures.
Oh, she still wants
Some
to make the game.
artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
What about Tiago?
Oh, the Crabman.
Mm-hmm.
Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the Crabman, but he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Who do you want to know about?
What about Andre?
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
What's he organized?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work.
Oh, poor guy.
Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
Relax, girl. We're police officers, but we're corrupt. Rotten to the marrow. You can tell us about drugs and shit. I don't give a fuck. No, high on life?
Yes. Anyway.
Could it be that he's balding? Him thinking it's his last chance?
Come to think of it, yes. He's in some kind of a self-destruction mode with that hair of his. Bleaching it like that. Probably wants to get rid of it altogether.
Is Andre your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. That was a lot less dramatic than I was expecting it to be.
Who do you want to know about?
I'm annoyed.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
What's he do?
What do you mean, do? Like, for a living?
No, I mean for breakfast. Of course for a living.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere.
What kind of mindset is that?
He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
She gives you a switchblade smile. Yeah, what was this pilgrimage you're talking
It's just
about?
something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've not told you. I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself to oblivion so deep that he can't even remember what sounds like. Remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city?
No?
Well, I am.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Oh, and I'm also a raging fascist who doesn't approve of different people. So no, I don't think I'll be going. I might just do that if I make it there alive. It's unlikely I'll make it there. Chest pains, need to continue drinking, but thank you.
They do say death is an avenue like any other. I still think you'll make it to Boogie Street, though. Who do you want to know about?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean?
What does he think about what do you think he's doing when he yells all that stuff? Where's he from? How long's he been with you guys?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
He told me as much, but what exactly is a party boy?
Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offense if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
You don't have to tell me rock is backward. I'm the future man. I abandoned rock in the 30s. Stupid rock.
Okay. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
He looks around a little embarrassed at the enthusiasm of his interjection. Where's he from?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the Banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of General, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revachol. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort.
Jesus.
He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
He says quietly.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Who do you want to know about?
Do tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
Yes, I forgot. Tell me about yourself.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
What does that mean?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Police officer, you have to answer me.
Is there a law that would stop me from lying, though?
That would depend on the circumstances.
The lieutenant taps his foot.
Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
Sure.
Ooh.
O pasado de agente. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
O passare de agente. It's a monkey term for someone who won't break under question. It's an organized crime term.
What do you mean?
Silver bird.
All right. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
What happened next?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone.
She's gritting her teeth.
So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
Are you sure about that? What about this drug lab plan?
It was a stupid idea, and I'm still disappointed I came up with it.
Uh-oh.
Aren't there any local authorities who might look down on such activities?
I took that into account, of course. Coordinated the operation with the débardeurs, else they might get unhappy.
So what you're saying is Everard authorized this?
Not in person, but I let them know. You can't do anything about the fat ones getting wind. It
Yeah.
wasn't too difficult to convince them, really. It's a good thing you ended that mess, though. I felt I was turning Dadwise into a corrupt business person. Unpleasant.
Come on, this is all fine. But you don't have anything on Everard now. That's not how these things work.
We should confront Everard about this. Maybe we can manipulate him manipulate him using the information. Add it to the list.
No, I don't think it would lead anywhere with Everard. He's just going to deny it.
Yeah. Have you seen Everard?
We got a new quest though. Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Teenagers skulking around. Gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses. Maybe Ruby too. But she wouldn't be able to tell from here.
That's good. No neighbors to complain about the noise when you got the club going. Considering what we're trying to do here, this doesn't look like a good sign. Meh.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
That's it for now. Shit. Oh, we got 2 skill points. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna do good on Rook's Redeem for adding a skill point to something I need. Let's go see what we want here. Empathy could be good. Oh, Shiver's unlocked. That's cool. Volition would be nice. I was thinking about doing Volition. Yeah. Logic. Godly. Wait, we have a logic?
Yes, what is it?
Okay. Sup, Albus? How you doing? Alright, we're gonna get out of here. I think I'm gonna put it in Volition, because it'll unlock a couple of checks.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
Harder car! Yeah, I'm gonna put it in Volition right now, just in case my HP goes kaput. Because I can't afford an extra hit point. Nice.
Good morning,
Crazy song.
comrade! Yeah! It was awesome and scary. Very hardcore.
His voice booms through the chamber, then gets silent. Yeah, that's exactly what I used it for, Rook. We officially have a permanence extra piece of health for morale. Yay!
Too hardcore, in fact. I couldn't control it at all.
Which is why I put it in there, because we can't afford any more medicine. We can take 2 more hits of physical damage, but only 1 more hit of morale now, or mental damage. What
It
happened?
sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left. Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme.
Is there anything we could do about it?
Oh! I don't know. Maybe someone can do something with this. I imagine this is the sounds that the future could make.
Sounds like the future could even be even more hardcore than I imagined.
Yeah!
Yeah! Alright, let's see here.
Yes, what is it?
I don't think I have any cigarettes to help us out with that roll. We'll see. Oh, we do. Nice. Okay. Oh, it'll damage us health-wise, but it could be fine. Wait, did it say we had new interactions here? What do we got? Oh, right. We still need to read this before our next book club meeting. I don't know if this is what I like it. This is Disco Elysium, and you should absolutely play it, Dalbus. We're on the late game right now. We maybe have like 2 streams of this left, maybe a stream and a half, so we're reaching the end of it. But it's basically like a, it's a role-playing game in like one of the most traditional senses of the term. All right. I think we're gonna smoke some ciggies. Ow. All right.
Yes, what is it?
58%. It's not bad.
All you hear is sounds.
Damn! Damn!
Okay, there are a couple of things that unlocked with Volition, though. Oh, we got something with Kim. Okay. I want to try that doorbell again. I don't know if we'll have enough, if we'll even have enough, points for that to work. We could also try empathy as well, but we're just not that good at empathy, you know? Find a tape with a melody for Egghead. Do we not have one? I guess we could go to the pawn shop and see if we have something for that. Alright. Let's talk with Kim for a sec. Do we still have another white check with you, Kim?
Yes?
We. Let's talk about you.
What about me?
Never mind.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Okay. Fine. Alright, let's go to that electronic doorbell. Hopefully we can find some money along the way because we are broke. I spent it all on clothes and board games. Oh, maybe I can pawn those off actually. We don't really need them anymore. Right? Let's say I can. Also, let's just real quick save. I think we're out of quick save slots, so we're gonna be careful. Banana.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. The Coldima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never. What an intro. Once knew. This was before. You know. Lost. Cool on. We thought we did. Unfortunately.
Do we really have time for this?
This. Keep in mind.
As the hum grows louder,
Oh,
modulating,
fuck.
but always unnet.
I'm just gonna load up here. I forgot that hurts me. Oops, I thought I might be able to get like a piece of that recording or something. But I guess not. Alright, let's pawn some shit. Ba-da-da-da-da.
Hello, hello. Sure. Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking
we
of selling?
can't pawn the books or anything. I think we can pawn this. I don't want to.
Another time, perhaps.
Perhaps. Fare thee well. I am sad that I cannot sell books. Which is weird, because you would think books and board games would be like a slam dunk for a pawn shop. Ba-da-bee-ba-bong. Ba-da-bee-bong. Alright. I've been meaning to do this one for a
An
while.
old East Delta Commerce Center.
Bam.
This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. Whatever
let's
she
go.
says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and... Alright, maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner.
Call her again.
There's a light buzz as you press the doorbell, waiting for her to answer the call. It's cold outside, and you can hear the wind blowing into the speaker. There's the static again, whispering like a seashell pressed against the air.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
Hi, it's me again. I wanted to talk to you.
My gosh.
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it.
Please don't hang up. I just want to explain myself.
It's huge. My gosh. I didn't think I would hear your voice again.
Wait, is she...
Didn't you already say that last time we talked?
Michelle, just please.
Even her breathing, the way her voice drops when she finishes the sentence sounds exactly the same. This is a recording.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
Is this some kind of joke?
Doesn't matter what I say, you're just going to continue, right?
The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathing. Wind blows into your microphone again, crackling and echoing in the box.
Is it over? Can we talk now?
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean. It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget about you.
And then it hits you.
You're recording.
She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed completely. Her quiet sobs sound old and distant, as if her voice is being played off a wax cylinder.
Just recording. Here I thought.
Her sound melts into the static from a long-distance phone call. From time to time, you can hear people talking in the distance, but can't make out any words. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going. A phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair of heels. The static is like a warm blanket wrapped around the sounds.
Is anyone there?
No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then a female voice speaks out, completely different, glorious and total somehow, crawling inside your head. Her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights watch your shape in dark hallways, guttering.
So,
Strange alien thought pattern ends. The lieutenant cuts in, inspecting the intercom.
it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. Shall we conclude here? We have other mysteries to solve.
Wait, a recording trapped in the circuitry?
Mm-hmm. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Maybe sometime later.
He looks at the sea, almost wistful. Something weird just happened to me.
Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together, something weird is almost always happening to you.
That is true.
Fine. Let's see if Gart has any tapes for us. Hey, little smoker man.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
You're here!
I am. So are you. What brings you here?
What are you doing here?
Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I'm here to kick ass and solve the case I'm working on.
Well, here's to you.
Tell me again about the muscular type who came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What'd you tell him?
Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
And he believed you?
Why shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend, the witness.
No, I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
His earpiece?
Yes, you know those tiny speaker microphones that fancy security guards sometimes wear.
What was he saying?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Besides muscular, did he have any other identifying traits?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Okay. Thanks for the information.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
His eyes lazily stroll over your face. I met your Sunday friend.
You did? And how did you like him?
You're right, he was magical. Magically bureaucratic. I didn't like him as much as I like you. I didn't. He's a government official. I don't trust governments. He's magically bureaucratic.
I told you, he can be very useful. I guess that's the charm of powerful people.
Why was he staying in your place in the middle of the night?
He has keys. And he likes the view.
I bet.
To the sea, I mean.
I bet. Who is he?
A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. He can always return.
Return where?
To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still, his coming and going brings some life to the village. Or is it just money? I don't know.
The smoker on the balcony have a name and a phone number and availability for tomorrow night at 9 p.m. He's not available anymore after 9 p.m. And I don't believe he ever told us. No, yeah, he said his name was like John Johnson or something. Something fake. What are you, you two?
Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. Friends who like to get together from time to time.
What does it mean, a Sunday? What do you think it means, my dude?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
Oh, Martin Martinez, that's what it was, yeah.
It is. On Sundays.
I don't want to talk about other people, I want to talk about you.
Hmm? What about me, gendarme?
Let's see. Ow!
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else here.
God damn it. I am...
Bye-bye, gendarme.
I am running on fumes.
Hey, was there something you needed?
No. No, nothing. Yeah. Just barely keeping it together. Alright, hang on here. Maybe I can, what is this? Maybe I can, take this out. Nice, that does nothing. I can't interact with it or anything. Where did I get that tape last time? I don't believe we can do anything with Joyce's white check. Alright. I think we can go find a tape with a melody for Egghead. Where would that be? Did I sell that or something? Maybe I sold it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I already bought everything at the pawn shop. I can think of it back. The Desi guy? Who dat?
Make way for the master
I don't know. I think I bought everything from his place too. Sileng. My morale would be impacted by knowing everyone could see my morale, and I was like, stop looking, don't, stop, it's normal, it's fine, good.
Everything's
Oh, hey!
cool here, officer.
Good call, Grizz. Quick question, you sell any tapes?
Tapes? You mean like music tapes?
Mm-hmm.
No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses. If you want to get your mojo going.
He points at the shoddy box on the left. Alright, so you have no idea whatsoever where I could find tapes?
Tapes? Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees. There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry.
Word?
No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, mister.
You should have a look. It's better than nothing.
Damn right, let's go. Man, there's like this specific angle. Hang on one sec, I'll be right back. My analog stick is a little dusty. And there's like a specific angle on the when I'm tilting the joystick where my guy stops running and he just starts going into like a walk. Usually when I clean it out, it's better. But we'll see. So Wednesday next week, I got to do a 12-hour live stream for work? How much you want to bet the fucking Deadpool tickets go live to buy here mid-live stream and I miss opening day? Are movies still a thing that, like, sell out opening day? I don't know. I guess that's nothing I've ever had to worry about. Sounds unfortunate. Those big nerdy ones do. I mean, I guess if any movie is gonna sell out, it would probably be the Deadpool one. That's the only movie that I've seen really, outside of, like, I guess Furiosa, where anybody has had any sort of, like, remote interest about it at all. Oh, Next Fest, nice. For 12 hours, though? Oh, it'll be like anybody can sort of tune in and, like, everyone's going to be streaming their games and things and marketing them. Hey, that's cool, though. All right, behind the lorry in the bushes, he said. On our game, it's just me, that's what I'm saying. Oh, here it is. Am I gonna have to do a savoir-faire check? Interfacing.
On Rue de Saint-Gislais.
Oh, let's go.
Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze.
The multi-tool is truly multi. Cast magnetic dice set. Karaoke superstar. We can only fail this if we roll snake eyes.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches.
Oh, what do we, I don't think we have anything, Pomo. We might have cigarettes, but I'm already, like, sigged up.
It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
Ain't no way you could, boy.
What's the tape for?
It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van Eyck jam hit a bit harder. Maybe this tape could help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I think at least one of the ravers would know how they fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
Yeah. He looks at his wristwatch a little impatiently.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Good hot.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102, underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislais endures the wintry gusts with ease.
No, I haven't, but I'll have to check it out soon. I'd rather it not be a Silent Hill remake, or maybe just an inspired Silent Hill game. Let's take a peek. Hollow body.
Hey, I'm Nath, and this is my tech noir survival horror.
Shush. Wee.
Game, Hollow Body. You play as Mika, a black market delivery driver who's searching for a missing partner in a long, abandoned British city. I'm making this game solo, and it'll be releasing on Steam and GOG later this year.
Smell. Something's burning.
Shut up.
If you like what you see, it would really help me out if you wish listed over on Steam. There's also a demo available there if you fancy giving it a go.
That's interesting. I do like the fact that, I mean, I'm a sucker for, like, these sort of fixed camera angle things.
All right, enjoy the footage.
Oh, God. I think I'm going to be sick.
That's weird. I can kind of tell that it's made by a single person. Like, the animations and the assets look kind of a little jank. But it's not bad. I don't know what's going on with that little, like, Watch Dogs-esque menu right there. The game is actually fucking dark. How about that, huh? There's a current running through the bathwater. This does look a lot more Silent Hill-y, though, than the remake. Okay, what are these menus, though? Like, this is some Watchdog shit. What is this? Weird. Making it by himself, though, this is pretty impressive. Yeah, this combat doesn't look the greatest. Which isn't the biggest deal in the world because oh, what the fuck? Oh god, is that the only attack animation they have? That's funny. If combat's not a focus, then it's not a big deal. Yeah, what's going on here in terms of like these menus popping up? Like we get a sense of, it looks like there's something saying seek on the bottom left here. Is this like a piece of tech that we're using to identify bodies and things? Like this is straight up like Watchdog shit. It's like name, date of birth, occupation, all that stuff. Well, that's what you get when you have one person who's driven by, you know, creative motivation rather than strictly monetary motivation, right? They're probably making this because they're frustrated with the lack of horror games like this in the industry. So they're making decisions that they think would be good for a gaming experience rather than, a lot of people love Silent Hill 2, so let's just make that HD and that'll get us automatic money. It pops out to me immediately, like this like PS2 era horror aesthetic. Yo, cheap viewers, let's go, Oliver. Oh, is this what it's like when I have a mod in chat? Oh my god, Nick! Nick! Speaking of automatic money. The Deathstigator. Oh god. Right, it reminds me of Metal Gear menus, which I think is incongruous with like the horror aesthetic of it. I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of like story reason or like in-world reason as to why I can see this information. Like who we are as a person or anything like that. What our occupation is, what we're doing. It just looks weird to me. It doesn't fit in the aesthetic. This is, I am liking what they're trying to do here. I think the only thing that I would worry about is if the combat is mandatory, which it very rarely was in the Silent Hill games, which was why the combat was pretty bearable in Silent Hill. This looks pretty jank and slow and could be frustrating if I get like locked into some sort of combat scenario that I have to like fight my way out of. That I can imagine just being like an instant damper on the horror experience. But for what it is, it doesn't seem like, it seems serviceable, which is all the Silent Hill combat really was. What are these menus, man? I'm also realizing that the fixed camera angle seems to go away outside. It turns into more of like a Resident Evil-y thing. Actually, it looks like fixed camera angles isn't that much of a thing, except for like that one spot. That's a shame. Okay. Yeah, that menu that keeps popping up, I don't know what that is. looks fine. It looks better than most indie horror games that I see getting churned out these days. It looks like this is being made with some sort of vision, which has my interest. It doesn't. It doesn't look like it'll be all that spooky, and it doesn't look like it has like a cohesive tone. But it's definitely it's probably something more in the realms of like Tormented Souls, where it shows a lot more promise than the typical indie horror game, but it might not 100% be up my alley. I'd be willing to give it a try. This at least piques my interest way more than any other like horror game that I've seen come out in a very long time. We'll see. Not looking too frustrating. Yeah, it's not looking too frustrating. It is looking a little bit like boring though, because you have to strike a fine line between having the combat be optional, but also like when they were going through that subway area, it looks like I could have just straight up just ran right past them. Those enemies didn't seem all that aggressive. Like there was plenty of time for them to like line up their shot, weave around them, reposition themselves and stuff like that. Which would lead me to believe that the combat's on the optional side of things. But you still need to have the enemies be threatening enough for them to like cause stress and panic and things like that. So I don't know how you skirt that line, but it looks like they're kind of, that section there kind of felt a little bit like, oh, this just looks like an annoying place that I would have to just traverse through a bunch of times, but I'm not really going to be taking any damage or whatever. I think fixed camera angles are only in certain exploration sections. That is a bummer. Fixed camera angles in rooms, but not halls or streets, maybe. Probably. I'll have to see. I don't mind it as much because I'm pretty sure there was still like a top-down view-ish, but the camera was a lot more... Was the camera a lot more freeform outside in Silent Hill 2? I don't remember. But I do think the camera was a lot more freeform in Silent Hill 3, and I didn't seem to mind that. This is losing me. I was promised fix. I know, Nick. Like, it started off pretty good, but then the more I saw of it with like the combat and the outside of things and stuff like that, it's be like, okay. And I really don't like the menu system. It feels like it would immediately diffuse any sort of tension that I would be feeling. The ending looked a bit too much combat, but overall fine. It's tough, right? Like, how do you market a game that's inspired by Silent Hill, particularly Silent Hill 2? Because Silent Hill 2 is a lot more reserved, I guess, with its horror. It's more conceptually scary than it is like physically, viscerally scary. I mean, like, you have some monsters that you can show, like the Pyramid Head stuff and some of the monsters' designs and things. But the thing that makes it scary is like the suffocating atmosphere of it, which is a lot harder to sell in a trailer, right? So what would you focus on? You would focus a lot more on like the combats and stuff like that. I don't know. Unlike Tormented Souls, where the stairs trapped you, right? Yeah, I'd probably be interested to try it out. I get a strong sense that I won't be like too high on it, but it's moving in the right direction of something that I would like to see more of in indie horror stuff. I'm gonna make a game. I'll promise fixer-upper camera angles, so at worst everyone's pleasantly surprised. There you go. There you go. I may be in the minority. Maybe fixed camera angles are just like an obsolete design mechanic now, but they just served their purpose so well with their technical limitations. Like, it was such a perfect solution to like really set the tone of any given scene. Like, you were basically like a movie director, and you can imply so many things with a small camera change. I constantly think about a camera angle that was looking up at you from underneath a bed as you're exiting a door, and it never did anything, but it always just felt so eerie. Maybe there just isn't as big of an audience for that these days. I would hope there is, but when I think about the fact like you have fixed camera angles and that basically necessitates like tank controls, and what is a player's patience for tank controls these days? Like the modern gamer, you know, I don't know. I personally love it. I still point at Song of Horror as one of my favorite horror games of the past decade. It's not in the gutter, I would say. Maybe you're trying to say, Pomo, that it's in a rut. It is definitely in a massive rut. It needs a huge-ass shakeup. It needs something along the levels of what Amnesia did to the horror franchise. But right now, everybody is still in like the... they're still trying to reheat PT's leftovers. And none of them really understood what made that game so scary. It wasn't Lisa flying at you and twitching her face and shit. It was just the constant peeling away of your sanity, going through the same hallway over and over and not knowing what to expect around the corner, if there was anything at all, and it just feeling uneasy the entire time. It was the atmosphere that game cultivated, not the jump scare that everybody put in all of their YouTube compilations. That was probably the least scary part of the entire demo, because the moment it happens, those jump scares are supposed to be the point that like, this is the tension deflator. This is finally like, all right, you've constantly been building up and you're like really stressed out and tense. Once that jump scare happens, it's meant to sort of deflate that pressure and set you back down to a less agitated state. So once that jump scare happens, immediately afterwards, it's like, okay, let's fucking figure this out. But it's everything leading up to that jump scare that actually was what made both that scare and that demo effective. And nobody who's remaking PTs or trying to remake PTs seems to understand that. They think the scariest part is just when the goofy ghost lady goes blah in your face. And you see that, like, they grab your shoulders. They usually cut to like a different scene and they just like do the whole blah scare and just jiggly face thing. So many first-person horror games do that. Why did PT not happen again? Konami didn't. I don't know. Konami didn't think it was worthwhile. Who knows? They were also talking in a lot of interviews in making PTs, like, we're going to try to make something that's like, I don't know, I forget how they described it other than like genuinely terrifying in terms of like, they don't care if they like over scare somebody, because they understand like the process of like tension and release, and they weren't interested in responsibly like maintaining that curve. They kind of just wanted to go like the whole time. They wanted to make something that didn't ease off on the player or something like that. I forget what they said exactly, but it sounded like something that would have been a genuinely unpleasant experience, which is a hard thing to sell, but it sounds like something that would be right up my alley. The guys who made PT the masterpiece... I'm sorry, did you think that the people who were passionate and made PT didn't think it was promising? Or do you think it was the corporate suits who were looking at like numbers on a spreadsheet to see whether or not it was going to work out? Who do you think actually made the call to cancel PT? The people who made it, or the publisher who has no idea what games are? They just see them as like different sized bags of money, and the PT bag was a little bit too small for them. What if someone made Silent Hill but as a Souls game? I don't know. I'd maybe watch the trailer. I'm not too interested in like Souls games, and I think the idea of having both, I don't think it's possible to combine those two titles without having them constantly clash with each other. It was the baby with the deep voice. Yeah, that's why most people played PT.
Right to work.
You know what I remembered? Microsoft just closed Hi-Fi Rush Studio, and I realized how stupid my argument was. No worries, Pomo. That shit happens to me on a near daily basis. Isn't that Bloodborne with more mist? Eh? You ever see that Japan only Wii balance board horror game? No. What? Yeah, let me know if you find that. What the fuck? Wait, wasn't this a volition check?
The file cabinet stands steady as
that's
ever,
gonna not work.
and the unlocked drawer slides out to greet you.
I was more throwing Silent Hill in the mixer with a random other fan favorite. I guess it would depend. Because for me, the things that I like about Silent Hill are completely incongruous with what I know the Souls games to be like. Because, you know what? The thing that makes one of the keystones of making an effective horror game, like a traditional horror game, like something along the lines of like Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, Amnesia, and this is actually something that Frictional has talked about a lot, is you have to constantly make the player feel like they're going to die at any moment, but actually behind the scenes make it pretty difficult for them to actually die. Like they almost have to like try to die sometimes. Like you have to have an overwhelming sense of a threat chasing you without that threat actually being as powerful as the player perceives it to be. Because the moment that somebody dies in a horror game and they have to replay a section over, that tension is almost immediately gone, and that second time around is not nearly as scary. So you have to constantly keep that tension up without them ever noticing that they have a lot more agency and ability to survive than they think. It's a trick that you got to play on the audience, and it's a tough thing to do. So I think a game that has to do that to stay scary, combined with a genre that's notorious for killing the player constantly and having them learn from their mistakes that result in death to try to overcome some boss, I think they're like opposites, you know. Yeah, once you die, the dread is weakened. Absolutely. All right, what do we got here? Ikenie no yoru. What the fuck? How have I never heard of this thing? I like what they do with the soundtrack. Like mixing in footsteps. Hello. I do not, but I could get one. How would this even work with the balance board, though? Whee! That seems super gimmicky. Just gimmicky enough for me to want to try. Oh, I just missed the last jump scare there. Because I feel like me like walking back and forth on the balance board wouldn't make me feel more immersed. If anything, it would distract from the experience, but this seems just wild enough for me to try just for the experience. I probably won't get scared, but I probably have a lot of fun playing it. That seems neat. It's so goofy. Totally agree. I'm interested in jank like that. See, this is interesting jank, not the typical boring jank that you'd see in like modern games these days. Check how much a balanced board is on eBay. Probably a lot. I mean, I'm also gonna have to get the game too, right? Like, God knows how expensive that is. Oh, wow. You can get them for like 20 bucks. 20, 30 bucks. Okay. That's not bad. And then Ikenie no Yoru. I mean, if the boys and I are going to Japan this year, maybe I could find it cheap at a book off or something, but certainly buying it online will be, oh, it's only like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. Hey now. I mean, I already have a jailbroken Wii, so... Night of Sacrifice, eh? Okay. You piqued my interest. Unfortunately, I already have a non-negotiable game that we will be playing next after Manhunt. I'm very, very, very excited to play it. I picked it up yesterday. And I will not say what it is. No. I'm keeping my lips sealed on this one. All I know is that it's going to be a guaranteed banger. And you'll have to wait for it. If we stop enjoying Manhunt, then maybe we'll bust it out. No. Nothing. I'm not telling you anything. Not a goddamn thing. Because I don't want to... I want to try and get through Manhunt. I don't want to just immediately drop it unless I'm not having fun with it. But if I were to say what this game is and describe it to you, then nobody would be interested in playing Manhunt. And I don't want that. I want people to enjoy what we're playing. And if we end up not enjoying it, then maybe we can pivot. But for now, we're going to keep trying.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at it.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everard.
One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Remember, Leah, all items on the list. The drawer slide.
Cool! Anyway... Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to get that tape reel again. You really just want a bass fishing game, don't you, Pomo? No, I'm all about that bass. Bubble. Now, this is going to be a thing. I was thinking about keeping a secret from the boys as well, but I'll probably tell them after stream tomorrow because I want them to help contribute to make some stream assets for me. It's going to be that big a deal. Damn it. Yeah, I think I have to grab that tape again. Oh, wait, do I have to do the volition check too? Ba-da-dun-dun.
Old called East Delta Commerce
Oh,
Center.
man.
This.
Oh!
Hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotion.
Whatever. It wasn't that big a deal anyway. It was 5 XP. Although I'm gonna have to do the volition check again for the drawer too. Well, I don't want to fail that one. That one seems like a quest line.
Everything's tips. Tips? No.
You should have a look. The hawthorn tree on Rue de Sogne. Its curls, maybe.
What's the... How? It's... You could also...
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape...
Alright. Wait.
The gnarled hawthorn tree. Patting the gnarled hawthorn.
No. I trust the Ruds to have... to be able to use discretion. We'll see. We'll see. That's what I was thinking. It really is going to depend on how tomorrow's stream goes. My worry, we'll see, is if we've seen basically all that Manhunt has to offer, cool, we'll pivot. I don't think that we have, though. I think there's more tricks up Manhunt's sleeve that'll make it enjoyable for us. If it's just going to be another 6 hours of the same thing,
Hello.
then we'll pivot.
Let me know if
But-
I can help you with anything. You mean Reese Foley? Yeah, I do, but...
Great! Could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Wait. But you tinker with film tapes all the time. Isn't this the same? Worthless. It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene. Maybe you can help me some other way then. No, it's not worthless.
Huh?
He slowly
What do you
taps his
mean?
fingers on the counters. Do you know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
I helped some young ravers turn this place into a nightclub, and they play these weird beats there, which they call hypnotic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
Not very. I need to funk it up. No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it. No bass. It just goes bzz, bzz, bzz. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs. You know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Hey, those visuals you got here would look great in the church.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall.
He stares at the intricate interplay of light and shadow all around him, suddenly moved by the idea.
A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness in such a place. It's a brilliant vision.
You and me, we could make this all become true. Mankind needs this.
Yeah, man, no. I rather like this place happy too. You know, where I work. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project.
He nods at the fixed tape on the countertop.
There's no way to turn this around, I'm afraid.
Well, thanks for your help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
I have other business to take care of now. Bye-bye. Farewell, pawnbroker. And now we're gonna save. And now we're just going to do a real boring thing of just going through all of these save files and deleting them. We gotta scroll all the way to the bottom. This is what I did early on in our playthrough off stream. Holy shit, we started this back in January. What the fuck? In 5 days, we'd have been playing this for 6 months? Lord have mercy. Alright, let's go talk to Everett. I'm gonna save scum this check because it seems important. And I already passed it. If not for that corrupted moment.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Whatever's hidden here, it appears. Remember, Leah, all items on the list have been crossed.
One of his.
The special borscht seems the drawer slides shut smoothly.
All right, we're in the clear. Still haven't convinced that container door to open. A damn shame. Is it even unlocked right now?
You're back before the cargo container.
Damn. Hey, Leo, you got some splaining to do.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to... No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
What do you mean by taking the soup to the men? Is it for striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Hold up. Who makes it at the whirling?
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Something is off about this borscht. I'm gonna look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
Okay, I'm off. I did save after the office, right? Well, I should save again after completing that check. You never know. Save me 10 minutes of save scumming just in case. Hello, Sir Everett.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
I met a girl named Estelle who said she's working with you.
Funny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that Estelle. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some melodic music in there.
Did Did you also tell her to start the amphetamine lab?
Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
He shakes his head with a melancholy smile.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That Acel is the daughter of Miko the Kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab.
Legendary nickname right there.
I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you?
Miko the Kebab? Really?
Maybe it was Bogovir. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad. I got it, Harry. It was Radagast. Radagast the Kebab. But enough of koikos and kebabs. What else can I do for you?
Did I see the Dear Girl anime that's coming out? You tell me. You tell me how many times I've clicked on this video. You tell me how often I've caught myself humming this while I'm doing the dishes. The answer is yes. I'm looking into your shady brew.
I don't know what that means, Harry.
It's not out yet, no.
Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation, I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
Alright, adios, sir. I got my 10 XP. How close are we to level up? Not at all. We're halfway there. Things about that deer anime. It looks something that's right up my alley. I haven't watched an anime in a really long time though. Maybe this will break the seal.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Leo said you're friends with Mañana, is that true?
The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
What's in that borscht you're making there?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question. He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising.
Horse need more vodka?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself.
Yeah.
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea. Honestly, the place is a powder keg.
Turn the vodka. No vodka. Cut it. I'll leave the cooking. Nah, more vodka.
He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew.
Or is he? Can I have some of that brew?
He smiles and nods enthusiastically, and, chattering away in his language, ladles some brew into a small thermal cup. Then hands it to you.
I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. What do we have here? +2 physique, -1 morale. Alright, so it's just alcohol. Great. Alright, we got our tape, baby. We got our tape. Actually, no, we can fast travel. May I please? There we go.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Harder car!
I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ike's jam.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
He clicks a switch. The tape starts spinning.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
No, I actually found it tangled up in a hawthorn tree.
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready?
Ready.
Wow! Here's that? The sides match perfectly! Now if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Do what? I just found a random tape and brought it to Egghead. He's just incredibly good at remixing.
Yes, but what if Van Eyck based his remix on some forgotten local melody, like a folk song, and you just found the original piece that inspired him to create this jam? That would explain why it fits so well.
Bullshit.
Nah, to me it sounds like classic Van Eyck. I don't think he needs any inspiration from folk songs. Maybe he lives in Martinez and just threw away part of his song because he thought it wasn't good enough.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
He nods to his friend behind the turntables.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well.
It's just luck and Egghead's incredible mixing skills. It's all Egghead, baby.
Play. If it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Andre looks back at you.
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
What if we used that crazy sound assault from Suna's experiment but tamed it, made it pulse?
Oh! But how?
What about that compressor Andre was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
We need it to be plus ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Ooh, wow. I think we can find a way to do this.
Oh, hey man, it's good to see you.
Ow!
Close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to bring this strange music into life. For now, such ferocity of motion is beyond you.
But just imagine the moves you could pull
Damn.
to this futuristic beat.
That's it for now.
Goodbye, officer.
Yes, what is it?
Locked, damn it. Alright, I guess we'll try it.
Good morning, comrade! Yeah!
Well, I'm dead.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Wait, what? No.
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty...
Nothing you can say. Cop gives up.
Nope, no plans for that, Pomo. We will, at least have one discussion when we watch The Happening. But other than that, nah. Nope. Great, now we gotta go get the brew again. Hold up. Damn it! Load game. Go back here. We got to talk to Everett again.
Mr. Dubois, funny.
Funny.
Oh, I'm fit, but what do I...
It sounds too...
Found got... I think a door... I got it, Harry. It was radical. I don't... You know what?
He sincerely has no...
Alright, alright, alright. Burner. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something I should have done a long time ago. Pawn something off that I know I don't need. First, we'll get that borscht.
The man ponders his cooking utensil. The mention of mania. The man are pretty sure he doesn't know.
Mercury rising.
Okay.
Of course, turning it up.
Turn that vodka
He
up.
smiles, nodding vigorously.
Can I have some?
Then he smiles and nods.
Nice.
Hello, hello. Sure. Let me have anything
we are
else
going
you're
to
thinking
sell
of
this
selling.
little blue medicinal spirit bottle because I know we're not going to use it because I used it in my first playthrough. And I need the Thai to talk to me to tell me what to do with it. And our Inland Empire is just not good enough for that. Bye-bye, alcohol.
Another time, perhaps.
There was a very, very, very cool thing that you can do with that alcohol. But only if your Inland Empire is high enough. Nope, not Kim. And I need some medicine.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Thanks, thanks, thanks. I think there was another check that we could do. Hang on. I'm gonna save before things crash again. I think we could do another Shivers check with the dice maker. Oh, I literally can't move anywhere without my flashlight. Okay. Happy?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Aside from getting naked, you're not sure what else to do. The building holds no more answers for you.
Okay. Let's get up on out of here then. Alright. Let's go give him that disc again. Or that tape. Da-da-da-da. this flashlight? Who needs it?
Good morning, comrade! Yeah! Wow! Did you get this? Listen! Wow! Here's that? The signs match perfectly!
Wow!
Now if only...
What is this? It's good. How did you guys do that?
Yes.
Nah, to me,
I think it's just happened.
Noid's right. No, this is definitely part of...
Be how it may! If it fits, it fits! Bring...
What about the base? Yeah, I remember.
Oh! Oh!
What about that compressor?
Don't be too...
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Whoa! Sidechain? What does it even mean?
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing, either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Okay, Egg. You need to start sidechaining it.
Sidechaining it, you said?
He turns down the music, his hands moving deftly across the mixer, setting up the necessary controls.
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss, in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together, it's unnatural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
This is one for the hypnotic generation.
Introducing the ultimate sound!
We have tamed the sound, made it our own.
God damn it. This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered.
All right. Goodbye, Egghead. It's now or never. We're gonna make this dance work.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Oh. 28%. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ow.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes your body should form to...
But just imagine the moves you could pull.
Damn.
Goodbye, officer.
Let's see here. Da.
Objection!
God fucking damn it. What? Ba-bam. 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 Last shot and the save's coming. What, you want me to... I'm gonna go to this. Try and dance one more time. No, I died. So I had to go back. I was gonna save scum on the drawer because I had already passed that one and then my game crashed. I can do the dance again. And if you want to make it even better, you can tell me what to wear to increase my savoir-faire. Make it work. Alright, I'm assuming you want to make the dance even less likely. Alright, you got it. -1 savoir-faire. That might be the only thing. I mean, it's not going to make all that big of a difference of anything that's happened so far, really. So it's no skin off my back. -1 savoir-faire. Let's go. Whoops, that's Kim.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
8%. Hi.
Close
But just it's to express.
Is that a bald spot?
Fair enough.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway, goodbye, officer.
Alright. Let's take a look at what sort of quests we got. Fallen pants. We didn't style our paperwork at all. That's surprising. All right. Outside of some white checks that we can't really do. I mean, I guess we could put a... We could put a point into empathy. Esprit de corps. Alright, well, I guess we're going to keep with the theme here. And we're going to assign a skill point at random. Alright. 1 through 24. Here we go. Oh, 23. Okay. That's one that we actually kind of want. Interfacing. Cool. I like interfacing. I don't think that opens up any white checks for us, but that's a fun one. All right. We're officially going to go to the main quest for our last hour of stream here. We're about out of side quests, I believe. All right. I'm going to get another drink before we proceed. Old file folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. Stale fabric, smell and dust. No one slept here in months. Maybe years. Ooh. Revolutionary's hat. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
The lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Long time ago, how long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Maybe I should move in here. It seems cozy.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Would it be connected to the Mazov bus we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby?
Yeah.
No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Looks like dust. Same slit window you saw from the outside.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary? This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of. Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, and Mazovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Kim, I can't see the whirling in rags. The shot didn't come from here.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough. In fact, I think we're done with this bunker. After you, officer.
Series of thick, dusty panes of glass. Whoa! Interstellary jacket? Footprints in the sand. One of the souls appears to be more worn than the other. That's who we're looking for. There's something in the air. An unnatural buzzing. Hang on. Which way am I going here? The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. It's getting louder. The buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain. Strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Hold on, you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably.
We found out Everett's plan to take the harbor. Maybe we should tell Joyce about it?
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating information like this. It's dangerous, but...
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
We know what Joyce knows about the murder, but I may have other things to discuss with her.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
+1 to suggestion. Ooh. Alright. Go. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Money.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Sure, fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure behind the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural pathways.
Cover your ears!
No, buddy. That's not going to happen. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, You can force a radio signal grid on the Pale. Literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the Pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Jesus Christ.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for Pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
How'd you get your hands on this
I
thing?
built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
You. You experienced the compressor yourself? Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's in Japanese.
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it.
Oh my God.
It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man you killed.
Yeah,
the
let's
man
not
that was
talk
killed.
about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, could you just turn it down so I could ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
'Audio Jungle'. 'Audio Jungle'.
Dentist.
Lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and came with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadows. The pain lessens.
The gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like a murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
How did she know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under the floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
She didn't rat you out, by the way. Isabel, the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Preparing for the worst?
I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Claudia was the first to share her suspicions. When I threatened to arrest her, Claudia broke. She told me everything. Claudia, she's clearly a gender traitor.
Oh. Well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told me. It took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like. How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Does she mean that you're not a person whom other people like?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I open them up. I do it by asking questions. I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Could you please explain this shit to me? Human can opener.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same. What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Oy, oy, oy. Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
Oh, what was it? What was it? It wasn't half an hour. I think it was like... You said you left to take a really long leak. 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Our investigation has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Hold on, no one takes a 15-minute long leak.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
She speaketh truth.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Look, there's secret way from the first floor of the whirling to the roof.
Don't know it, but also...
She frowned, studying your face.
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
The pain stops him from finishing the sentence.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You liked Claudia a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Are you a girl liker? But you wanted to be more than just friends.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
She said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Claudia was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Claudia only said they may be kissed. Someone is lying here.
We'll find out, Homo. Then what happened?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me. and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
Claudia said you got very angry when she started seeing Lily. Threatened her.
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
By the way, DeLorean tragedies are still held in high regard for innovation in language and motifs. They are also known for overwrought emotions leading to catastrophic outcomes.
Despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
There are other things I ask about.
Go ahead. It's your body.
Did you leave any flowers for Claudia on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers, they symbols of revolution?
So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
But Claudia was mourning.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, so you didn't leave the Maybells.
No, I did not.
You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
No, he didn't. I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
A bitter smile. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
The lieutenant is unable to articulate his question.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
She turns the knob down just a millimeter.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Okay, let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claudia's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
Struggles to finish the sentence.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Claudia said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Glacid said you seemed to have a plan prepared when you got there.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
You can see it. Her lips, though still white, don't seem to tremble as much anymore. She moves with focus and deliberation.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Oh, shit.
She lied to you about that, too.
That's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lele herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going...
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to know all this, but I've recently lost my memory.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
What did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. Wait, one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
Who was in this squad?
Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff.
Oh shit.
The lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
No. That doesn't ring any bells.
Well, this has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
She means it. You better make your move soon.
Alright. 83%.
Whoa! You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
You're under arrest!
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
Whoa! Whoa! No, 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 no!
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you? Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
But she doesn't deserve to die like this!
No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
I know your pain. I've been let down by women too!
No! She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger.
Shit, man!
You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Oh god.
Fuck.
Lieutenant stands motionless, watching the blood pool in the sand. She killed herself. I failed to talk her down.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
Okay. Okay. What do we do now?
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Yes, guess what's yours?
I was kind of hoping Superstar Cop.
That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again. You're the...
Sorry, Cop. I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Won't the other Kappa types be jealous?
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
I'm sorry.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
Oh, Jesus. Water trails into the distance. There is no way out. Boy, we've had a gun for weeks now. We've had a gun and 2 bullets for weeks now. Where have you been? Cooking utensils. She's prepared herself porridge with bananas. That was Kim's gun. And that child murder was considered a death, so we had to reload.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. You see a rolled up sleeping bag and personal belongings.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't get to her.
Okay, let's carry another gun. We got our gun. We lost it before we even woke up.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines. Magazines? You should look through them. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
The lieutenant peeks over your shoulder.
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook.
A notebook?
You pocket the worn brown leather journal.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. Schneller is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved among architects and engineers. She had good taste and must have taken what she recorded here seriously. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
What kinds of logistics?
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
What kind of order diagrams of?
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape.
Anything personal?
Short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them.
How far back do the entries go?
The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable.
What did she write the day Lele died?
Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it.
Anything about Puta Madre?
That name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre. M is mentioned on March 9th and March 15th. Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe in the best in people, the boys, for example. But experience tells me, did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures, first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. The entry ends abruptly.
What's the most recent entry?
The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed.
So she died for nothing?
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business.
Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent?
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting.
Then who do you think killed the merc?
Classy was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or...
But no one heard the shot.
Maybe she had an accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling and rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
All right. We have a skill point. Let's roll. $16. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow. Electrochemistry for the first time since like the beginning of the game. Alright. That's where we're calling it for now. Next Thursday, it's going to be the last disco stream. We're going to wrap it up. But until then... Tomorrow we'll be playing more Manhunt. Saturday we'll be more Monster Hunter. Tuesday, I haven't figured out what I'm doing on Tuesday. I'll figure something out. It's not going to be The Witness, because I'll probably be done with The Witness by then. I'll figure something out. But until then, let's see where we're going. Speaking of Monster Hunter, let's go to Brooke. How about a certain 2D horror game? What do you be talking about, Nick? You'll have to send it to me. Alrighty. Well, until all that's done. Oh, Yuppie Psycho. Right. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. We'll see. There's a bunch of things on my plate, but until then, love you, miss you, mean it. Later, Cabbage Patch. Peace.